Good morning, guys. Morning to our podcast, which is normally on Twitch, but this week it's going to be on YouTube. Our sports podcast, that is. I sort of haven't prepared much, so I just woke up after a really strange long sleep. I think I went to sleep about 8:30. I guess I can't remember what time I went, to be honest. I really can't. So tired. Like, I was so tired. So, technically, should I have looked at that? Because of work yesterday and all the stuff that happened at work, and then stuff that happened prior to work, because my car decided that it would have issues with the front end again, which actually wasn't the car's fault. It was the people that worked on it at Midas Port Adelaide's fault. We've spoken to them and cleared the air with it, but one of the nuts weren't put on properly. It was actually basically shaved off. The nut was, because they couldn't get the nut off, so they just left. So what we think they did was they cut, the screw itself that's attached to the wheel, and bloated rotator or whatever, and that actual what's his name, the bit that screws in and the nut goes on, had sheared off to the point that they've attached the wheel, but the wheel wasn't done up properly, and it was done up finger tight to the point that I'm going along the road and it was like I left here, Maitland, to go to Moonta to go to work, and that's where we were working for the day. And I had to go at 80 k's because I couldn't handle the sound. Plus, didn't know what was wrong with the car. I stopped, looked around the car, read the engine because I thought it was part of the engine. I thought it was coming from the right hand side where I had that problem with the ball joint. It was the left hand side that was loose. And then my dad said to me he could grab the tire and shook it and it moved like that. That's why it was making that sound. So I had that issue yesterday, and then it had on the right hand side, it had a bubble in the tire too, and then we thought that was the issue as well. So brand new tire, $200 later, brand new. Oh, sorry, got to get a wheel nut for the left hand side and have to order one in because fucking American car. Yeah, so 3 hours and 59 minutes. 3 hours and 59 minutes, 58 minutes for the event for North Fortnight. So it's going to be about 7 o'clock in the morning. Guess what? I've got to leave for work at 7, so that's not happening. So, I can't believe they put it on at prime time for people to be at work and school. Oh, God, I keep pressing this one thing. Someone's put something up on the D&E page on someone's channel. Mystery bags. That's a cool idea. Don't mind a set of dice. I've got dice on there. So then I got to work, or in between work and morning tea and stuff like that, this all happened. And then I said to the boss, "Oh, well, can I leave at can I leave now at 11:30? He goes, why? And I said, well, my shopping's ready at fucking Woolworths at Kadena. And we were working at, by then we'd moved on to North Wallaroo, or Wallaroo North Beach. So he said, yeah, go, fuck off, go. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I was out of there by 11:15. But I was worried about my car, so I got back and Dad told me about what happened with the wheel and stuff like that. And I rang Midas and they said, oh, they were apologetic. And the boss said, basically, this guy's on his last legs because of what happened today, or what happened yesterday, plus what he's done before. So I didn't want anyone to lose their job because that's just completely unfair. But I could have died about 3 times in that car in the last month. You know, and it's not the car's fault either, because the car, you know, obviously the car hadn't been serviced right or whatever, or put together right after the incidents we've had. So I myself, you know cars are expensive. I myself also have owned many cars that have broken down or whatever, not due to the car's fault, but due to just how it is. Like, you know, I've had door handles on Fords. Different Ford models were so brittle when you open the door, like the cable would snap. So it is what it is. You know, I'm just doing the advertising for it. So we're going to talk about some sport. We're going to talk about some NBL, the WNBL, which has been quite exciting lately, which is Australian NBA. We've got the pre-season coming up of 11 games. Each team plays 11 games, I think, over 15 days, over 2 weeks. And they'll be all held at the hub, the bubble, NBA bubble in Florida. Interesting, different trades that are happening in the NBA, trades that are not happening, lots of talk. So we'll go through all that as well. NFL this week, talk about the results, how your team went, how my team went, and stuff like that. Cricket, talk about the up and coming Ashes series between England, also the series with India at the moment, and we might talk about some news stuff as well. So just like local news or world news or whatever. Pretty chilled stream this one. Always chilled. Always chilled. Then we might play some Fortnite before the event, and then yeah. Sorry, I just want to do this. My YouTube is not as successful as obviously my Twitch, but I like to put content on here just for a bit of fun as well. That's a great promo shot there. Let's go have a look on Twitter to get some rundown. I haven't done any research on this. I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking slag. I was so tired last night that I thought, well, the research is going to happen for itself. Oh shit, Lewis Hamilton out of the SEACAR Grand Prix after testing positive to COVID. That might shut the whole fucking thing down, because his whole team would have been around him. That's mental. We'll talk about Cyberpunk as well coming. Only a few days left. We'll talk about Andrew Bogut's retirement too. Scrolling through. Oh my god. I woke up this morning with my ankle hurting again, like a tendon in my ankle. So fucking sore. Double pump unvaulted, they want. Season 5 wish list from Rockland. No, I don't really care. You can create a double pump anyhow. It's just not as OP. I was running around with double pumps all day. I've been playing real trash lately. And my daughter's been carrying me. Alright, so what are we going to look at first? How was that crash? In Formula 1, that guy, I can't remember his name, had a really funny Euro name, really hard to pronounce. Just walked out of the flames. This little capsule that the F1 cars have so safe that he survived this crash with flames around him. He only had burnt hands. But you can see him getting out the car and shaking his hands like he had, like, because their racing fuel was just like fucking jet fuel. Yeah, just basically just burns, and it burns violently. So I will talk about Tyson Fry too. Let's go to NFL first. So the season itself is rolling along really fucking quick. The big Super Bowl before the big playoffs before you know it too. We'll go to the scores, read out the scores. Hope everyone's team won. My team won, believe it or not. The Giants. Fucking unbelievable. So we're on just finished week 12. Cardinals beat the Patriots. No, the Patriots beat the Cardinals. Sorry if you're a Patriots fan. 2017. The Niners beat the Rams in a close one, 23-20. The Saints got listed, absolutely smashed the Broncos, 31-3. The Chiefs beat the Buccaneers, and I think Tom Brady is finished 27-24, although they didn't get smashed. Bears 25. Packers 41, Bears 25. Seahawks 23, Eagles 17. Eagles are playing like crap. That's 3-17. 3-17. 3-7. The Thanksgiving games, Texans 41, the Lions 25, Washington 41, Cowboys 16. Cowboys are really, really bad. Bills 27, Chargers 17. The Bills won away in that one, and 8-3. The Browns beat the Jags 27-25. Jags are bottom of the conferences, 1-10. Actually, I think there's a team worse than that. The Titans 45, the Colts 26. The Giants 19 to the Bengals 17. by 2 points, I can't believe it. Oh no, the Jets are the worst team. Dolphins 20, Jets 3. They got smashed. Raiders got beaten 43-6 by the Falcons. So Falcons away from home. And Falcons are 4-7. The Raiders are 6-5. So technically that should have never happened. Vikings 28, Panthers 27. The Vikings in a away game, 1 point win, and that's it. So look at this week's games. Week 13. Week 13. So there's 4 weeks to go. The Saints are at the Falcons, Bengals at the Dolphins, Jaguars at Minnesota, Raiders at Jets. Jesus, that's a danger game there for the Raiders. Don't want to lose one there. Colts at Texans, Browns at Titans, Washington at Steelers. That'll be a good game though. The Steelers are 10-0. They're playing really well. Lions at Chicago. That's a rivalry game, that one. Rams at Cardinals. Giants at Seahawks. Don't like our chances of winning that one, but Patriots at Chargers. Eagles at Packers. The Broncos at Chiefs. The Monday night games are Cowboys at Ravens, Bills at 49ers. I should say the Bills would win that. Probably looking at Ravens beating the Cowboys in that one, I think. Had a really good win on the Greyhounds the other day, on Monday. It was the first race at Warrnambool. Put 40 cents down and got 16 bucks back. And payout was $41, which if I put any more on it, would have been a lot more. And we gave some money to our charity that we're sponsoring, Save the Kitty, which is a vet service in Salisbury, and they pick up stray cats, stray kittens that have been dumped, cats have been dumped, and look after them, and then adopt them out. So I think we've gifted to them around about $7 or something. Probably a little bit more than that because I've done some myself. Might relay them back to the stream, but yes, so that's where we're at with that. So they're the scores for the NFL this week, and they're the games that are coming up. Let's go to the NBA pre-season. As I said, 12 games over 15 days, starting not very long. I'll find out a proper date. It'll be played in the NBA bubble in Florida. 11th of December it starts. So what's today? The 2nd in Australia. So in 10 days' time. Each team will play a minimum of 2 games and a maximum of 4 games as part of the league's 49-game pre-season schedule. Each team will play at least 1 home game and 1 road game. The pre-season national television schedule for pre-season games will be announced at a later date. It's going to be last minute. The regular season will tip off the 22nd of December. It's featuring 72 games for each team, so 10 games down. So they've cut the games, the release of games. The schedule of the second half of the season, 11th of March to the 16th of May, will be that's what they were releasing the rest of the fixture. Blah blah blah. So, I've seen the new Heat vice versa uniform. It looks sick. They come up with some really cool stuff. And the Bucks reveal their City edition, which is going to be all blue. So a teal and a light blue, or darkish blue. So, the Pacers have pinstriped their new City version uniform. Let's have a look at the player movement. Don't think there's anything big. There hasn't been anything big. Oh yeah, the Hawks done some moving around. They've added Chris Dunn, Solomon Hill, Rajon Rondo here. I heard about that one. And I can't say his name, but I know who he is. Bogdanovic. Oh, that's a pretty good thing. The Celtics added Jeff Teague and Tristan Thompson, which I think Tristan Thompson is a massive thing for them. They'll be still up there. Gordon Hayward's gone to the Hornets. Celtics to the Hornets. He hasn't been the same since that injury. That injury was Jeffrey. Brooklyn Nets have added Jeff Green. They're yet to get that Harden. I don't think they'll get Harden. So the Charlotte Hornets picked up Gordon Hayward, but also picked up LaMelo Ball in the draft. The Bulls haven't added anybody, but they've lost Chris, apart from their draft picks. Chris Dunn and Mark Stratus. Losing Shaquille Harrison on a restricted free agent contract. Otto Porter Jr. and a player option as well. Cleveland Cavaliers added Matthew Dellavedova, which I knew that was one, and Dodson. And they got McGee from the Lakers and Rajon Tucker from the Jazz. The Mavericks picked up Wes Idundle, but they've lost Seth Curry to the Sixers. That gives them a point guard now. The Sixers a point guard. Justin Jackson to the Thunder. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist to the Knicks. Dion White to the Pistons. The Nuggets have done some movement. Mikhail Green and Isaiah Hartson picked up in free agency. On the draft, they picked up RJ Hampton, my cousin. Last name's Hampton, if anybody can know. And they lost a shitload of players. Paul Millsap, they've lost. Unrestricted free agent. Mason Plumlee, they've lost. So Denver. Yes. Detroit Pistons have picked up Trevor Ariza. He's one of my favourite players of all time. Just like his game. Jeremy Grant from the Nuggets. Rodney McCullough from the Clippers. Musa from the Nets and Zaab Smith from the 76ers. Dion Wright from the Mavericks, as I said before. They've lost. How can they lose Trevor Ariza? It says here from the Rockets, and then it's got Trevor. They traded him to the Thunder. Oh, they must have done a trade once they picked him up. So they traded him to the Thunder. Jordan Bone, he signed with the Magic. Bruce Brown traded to the Nets. Damian Demon waived. Wow, their fucking roster's changed so much. Laston Ballway to the Suns. Luke Kennard traded to the Clippers. Justin Patton to the Clippers. Tony Snell traded to the Hawks. Kyrie Thomas traded to the Hawks, and Christian Wood traded to the Rockets. Holy fuck. Whole sort of roster turnaround there for the Pistons. Makes sense, man. Fun makers are fucking unrestricted. I read that right? Fun makers are unrestricted free agent. No, it's restricted free agent. It's moved a couple of teams. Golden State Warriors picked up Brad Wanamaker as a free agent. Plus their pickups they've got from the NBA draft. They lost Kyle Bowman, who's been waived. Dragon Bender is an unrestricted free agent. Is Thompson ready? Thompson ready to come back? Curry? They're going to be dangerous, man. When they come back, they'll be dangerous. The Houston Rockets, Sterling Brown, Jared Grant, Jason Tate, Kenny Wooden, and they got Christian Wood via a trade. They lost Covington to the Blazers, Jeff Green to the Nets, Austin Rivers to the Knicks. And they're still hanging on to Harden, which I think they won't move. Pace is not much here. Denlon Martin, and then via a trade that obviously with their draft picks. Lost anyone. The Clippers, Sergio Booker, they picked up through free agency. Luke Kennard. The losses are not that great. Not that. Lakers, this is massive. Marc Gasol's gone to the Lakers. Harrell's gone to the Lakers, and also Wesley Matthews, which gives him a second point guard. Or gives him a point guard to pick up the slack for Rajon Rondo. He's not Rajon Rondo. But they've lost Avery Bradley. He's been signed with the Heat. Quinn Cook, he's been waived, which I was surprised at. Danny Green traded to the Thunder. Dwight Howard, this is a massive one, gone to the Sixers. Joel McGee gone to the Cavs, and Rajon Rondo to the Hawks. So they lost 3 of their championship players and picked up 2 possible NBA champions there. Yeah. Memphis have picked up Mario Hezonja. Hezonja. Yeah, got it right after all that. From the Blazers. They haven't lost anyone. The Heat have acquired Avery Bradley, Maurice Harkless. They're going to be up there again for sure. Lost Jay Crowder, Solomon Hill, and Derek Jones Jr. The Milwaukee Bucks have added DJ Austin, Torrey Craig, Brian Forbes, and Bobby Portis. Their losses are massive. Eric Bledsoe, Sterling Brown, George Hill, Ilyas Segova, Robin Lopez, who's gone to the Wizards, Wesley Matthews gone to the Lakers. This is pretty good. This was a good trade for the Timberwolves. Ed Harris from the Knicks and Ricky Rubio from the Thunder. They've got to get better with that, don't they? New Orleans, the Pelicans. God, I'm going well. Willie Hermy Gomez picked up Waylon Gabriel. Some of these players I haven't heard of, some I have, but just their losses are pretty huge. The Knicks, they picked up Michael Kid Gilchrist from Lakers. Alec Burks, Maurice Mole, Alfred Payton, and Austin Rivers. They waived and then re-signed. How would you feel if you were playing and got basically dropped and then re-signed? Must have been like contract negotiations there, and they couldn't come to an agreement, and then they came to agreement. So they've still got lots of room in their roster, the Knicks, after what they've got rid of as well. Ty Gibson's been waived. There's heaps of players that could be easily picked up by teams. Wayne Ellington been waived. Maurice Harker's gone to the Heat. Theo Pinson is option declined. Option declined. In other words, the player has declined the option. Bobby Portis has same thing. And Keddy Wootton has been waived. Oklahoma City, holy Jesus Christ. Look at the added via the traders whole list. This is our whole team list. Trevor Ariza, Zylan Chittenham, Josh Gray, Danny Green, George Hill, Justin Jackson, Ty Jamone, James Johnson from the Timberwolves, TJ Leaf, Darius Miller, Vincent Portier, Admiral Schofield, and Henrich Williams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 players. That's basically an NBA roster or an NBA bench there or NBA fucking lineup. All right. They've lost Steve Adams from the to the Pelicans, traded him. Gallerani to the Hawks, traded. James Johnson traded to the Mavericks. Nader traded to the Suns. Noel signed with the Knicks. Chris Paul traded to the Suns. Dennis Schroeder traded to the Lakers. Fucking hell. That whole roster's changed. If you're an Oklahoma fan, welcome to the clean out 2021. The Magic have picked up Bacon, Devin Carney, Robert Franks. And there's still lots of moves to be done. Philadelphia have picked up Dwight Howard, and then they've picked up via trade Tony Bradley, Seth Curry, and plus their draft picks. They lost Alec Burks, Nento, Novu, Peel, Josh Richardson, which I was quite surprised they got rid of him, traded to the Mavericks. Zar Smith and Muriel. So, okay, he's been waived. Zar Smith been traded to Pistons. They've picked. So these are the free agents that are unrestricted. Ryan Boybakoff, who's an Australian. Kyle O'Quinn is unrestricted, and Glenn Robinson III is unrestricted. So they picked up Dwight Howard and Tony Bradley and Steph Curry. So that gives them a point guard. They can shift Simmons to the power forward, which he should be. Well, he can alternate. Well, LeBron brings up the ball, so it's just an added weapon. Like you can put your point guard as a shooter. Curry. Phoenix Suns, Joe Crowder, Langston Galloway, Damian Jones, and E.T. Moore. They also picked up Chris Paul and Nader from the Thunder. Chris Paul, man. How many teams? He's 35, I think. He's 35. I saw someone commenting about him the other day. 35! Hasn't won a championship yet. One of the best point guards probably going around, and traded again. Aaron Baines has signed a contract to the Raptors. Jaden LeCure traded to the Thunder. I knew Baines would move. He's doing good to go to someone different here. He's Australian. Portland Trailblazers picked up Derek Jones Jr. and Harry Giles III. And via the trade, Robert Covington from the Rockets and Cantor from the Knicks. How many teams has Cantor been in? They've lost Reza Gabriel, Piskovna, and Hassan Whiteside. He's a good player. Signed with the Kings. The Kings have got, as I said, those guys. We could go on with this the whole time. I'm just looking at the major trades now. Derek Flavors has gone to the Jazz. I thought he was with the Jazz at one stage. Spooky has was picked up in the draft, and Elijah Hughes for the Jazz been picked up. Lost Tony Bradley, Ed Harris, gone to the Knicks. Rajan Tucker's gone to Cavs. Washington picked up NATO and Robin Lopez. And I lost Gerard Grant to go on to the. That's it. You nearly got there the whole lot of you. There you go. Let's say you fucking go. Let's go. Oh, I have to reply someone on Discord. Check on. So there we are. Now, let's go on to the cricket. We're destroying India in the one days. Absolutely destroying them. Doesn't mean anything though, because test matches are completely fucking different ball game. So, but David Warner's in doubt for the first test with a groin. I think he'll come up. I think he'll have a couple of jabs during the day. I think he'll be fine. I really think that there'll be no problem there with him playing. I think they're just playing mind games with India. Kohli's meant to be going back to India for some reason. I don't know. I heard it on the news that that's the best information I can give you. The women's cricket, the Big Bash, women's Big Bash. Can't remember who fucking won with that, so let's look it up. It's either Thunder or someone. Thunder or the what are they called? The Miners or something? The Big Bash for the women, that was 6 weeks. Sydney Thunder won. Beat the Melbourne Stars. That's it. Both green, that's why. Both wear green uniforms. Click on the notifications button. What notifications? Let's see it. Anyway. So, yeah. They got a decent crowd there too. I wonder about COVID restrictions, I suppose. Let's go. I'm not fucking going. Yeah, he's been tested with COVID. Tested positive. There's only a few rounds to go, I think. Grosjean, that's the guy that was killed in that fucking accident. It was so fucking bad. It was in the Bahrain. New Zealand and the Indians are playing a good series in New Zealand for cricket as well. So we don't surprise people. South Africa are playing England. I think that's in South Africa. Yeah, it is. Yeah, T20. T20, I don't know. T20's sort of gone downhill a little bit. I don't know why. It's not as, I don't know. That's just me. The WNBL, they only got 6 rounds to go or something, 6 weeks to go, and they're finished. It looks like the Flyers are going to win the championship there. They're just ahead above everyone else. The Canberra should be playing. So the third one-dayer between India and Australia is today or tonight, late this afternoon. So we can take it out. It'd be good if we could. A good confidence boost going into test matches. Yeah. I think that's about it for what we're going to do there. Just got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. What's wrong with my controller? I'll be back in a second, chat. I'm back. So yeah, that'll be our sports podcast finished for today. I know it's quick, sharp, and shiny. We've got through a fair bit actually. A fair bit of talking, I know that. I was thinking, what shall I do? I want a game. Do I want a game? You probably will. Fucking seriously need to get a new phone today. I was going to buy one this week because of with what's happening with the car. Obviously, the money's gone to that. I don't know if I can look for it. My rate, this is again, nose is running so fucking much. And I don't know why. Oh, let's place it. We'll place the Fortnite. Why not? So we can probably stop this and just go on to that because I noticed yesterday I had two going at the same time and it was bullshit. So we'll stop this. We'll go. So thanks for joining me for the podcast. We'll back to the normal podcast next week with Twitch. So thanks again and we'll catch you later.